Welcome to Panorama, broadcasting from the studios of NTA Maiduguri Zonal Center. Boko Haram's insurgency in Borno has severely disrupted education with attacks on schools, students, and teachers. In response, the Ministry of Education has taken proactive measures to rebuild the education system and ensure effective teaching and learning outcomes. Today, we shall focus on quality assurance, supervision, monitoring and evaluation, and how the Ministry of Education, Science, Technology and Innovation is striving to elevate standards despite the adversities faced. I am Abubakar Musa, your guide for today's program. President Bola Tinubu says Nigeria's investment climate has been bolstered by critical new reforms with an array of opportunities across sectors for investors. The president said this when he received a letter of credence from the new ambassador of the Republic of Korea to Nigeria, Kim Pan-Kayu, at the State House this Friday. The president said Nigeria is a huge market for Korean products, particularly for Korean goods manufactured and produced in Nigeria, while emphasizing that Nigerian goods will be of great benefit to the Korean market as well. Highlighting the favorable economic outlook of the country, President Tinubu invited more South Korean companies to leverage these opportunities by establishing production bases in Nigeria. He pointed out that Nigeria has investment opportunities in the solid mineral sector and other areas, and cooperation in these areas will strengthen bilateral relations between the two countries. Ambassador Kim underscored President Tinubu's pivotal role as the chairman of ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government and leader of Africa's largest economy, population, and democracy. President Tinubu also received letters of credence from Ambassador Antit Mohsen of Tunisia and High Commissioner Muhali Imbua of Zambia. At the separate events, the president emphasized the need to strengthen African unity and brotherhood that not only creates economic opportunities, but also works towards eliminating conflicts across the continent. Speaking with the High Commissioner of Zambia, the president said African unity and cooperation are important if the continent must overcome perennial conflict. In his audience with the Tunisian ambassador, the president affirmed Nigeria's willingness to deepen partnership with North African countries towards achieving continental prosperity for all African people. The Tunisian ambassador said his government welcomes the new vibrancy and determination the president has brought into national leadership since his inauguration on May 29, 2023. Now, the Nigerian Navy remains a strategic enabler in the attainment of poverty eradication, especially through the enormous potentials of the blue economy. Nigeria's First Lady, Olusegun Tinubu, stated this at the launch of two high-endurance offshore patrol vessels in Turkey, where she performed the age-long tradition of slipping the ship into water. She says the 76 meters high vessels are a testament to the commitment of the Tinubu administration towards achieving a more secured maritime environment for economic development. Appreciating the Dear Son shipyard for the high-quality shipbuilding capability as well as for attaining this milestone, the First Lady says the gathering will undoubtedly strengthen relationship between Nigerian Navy and the shipyard, as well as between Nigerian and Turkish governments.
With her crew as they sail safely round the world and proudly fly the flag of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I pray the vessel will participate successfully in exercises and operations at both national and international levels.
Towards not just securing the nation's territorial waters, but also seeing to improved blue economy. Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Oglala, notes that the commitment of President Bola Tinubu to the welfare of men of the Nigerian Navy and his resolve to provide all that is needed to enhance their job will ultimately result in reduced crimes in the maritime domain. In their remarks, Deputy Minister of Defense Sway Alpe and the Secretary of Defense Haluk Gorgon note that there is room for more cooperation with Nigeria, not only in the area of security, but also economic development. Let's look at other issues now. In view of the increasing Nigeria's population and number of litigations, the Nigerian Army is advocating alternative dispute resolution mechanisms to decongest courtrooms. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports that the advocacy was made during a professional conflict management and alternate disputes resolutions course organized by the Nigerian Army Resource Center, Abuja.
If people believe in the mediation system, it becomes easier to resolve simple cases. It doesn't mean people cannot go to court, but it reduces the number of times people will go to court. And moreover, the cost and time that is expended in cases is enormous. So when we do mediation, it reduces the cost. And you give this sense of no victor and no vanquish.
Creating a great movement to ensure that in different communities we have people with skills to manage differences, to build and sustain relations, to promote peace and harmonious in their. The more of such we have, the less the conflicts we'll have. And when they come up, we can quickly nip them in the bud to prevent them from escalating.
Country and maintaining civil relation and harmony in societies. The Corps Marshal Federal Road Safety Corps, Dauda Alibiu, has decried the use of substandard tires and excessive speeding by drivers on Nigerian roads. He was reacting to two crashes in Kano and Kaduna states that claimed 18 lives. He warns motorists to comply with maximum safety requirements. The Gaya crash in Kano was said to have been caused by speed limit violation and tire burst, killing 12 people and injuring 16 others. The Tashenyari crash in Kaduna State involving a trailer was also caused by speed limit violation and worn-out tires, killing 6 people and injured 30 other victims. The Corps Marshal directed commanding officers to expedite action towards enforcing compliance on road traffic violation. As the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway takes shape, Minister of Works Dave Umahi has inaugurated a committee that will value and process compensation to members of communities that are expected to lose their land as a result of the road construction. Abdullahi Mohammed reports that the minister charged the committee to carry out the assignment with due diligence.
It's the beginning of the 8-year journey of a 700-kilometer Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. Layers of basket of reinforcement berths being laid out, blanketed by concrete. The concrete technology pressing its way and remaining concretely as a policy thrust of the Renewed Hope movement.
Under this kind of arrangement,
on the menu for the chief strategist, a swift move to have a prudent compensation plan for all those who will have to make way for the road to meander. And the task is handed over to the committee with a clear roadmap.
Interact with the property owners that are going to be affected, and then, in their presence, in the presence of the committee and the SIA and the contractor, look at the compensation as enumerated to be paid. And where possible, you visit the site. And the moment we are using the federal rates.
For those who are still in the dark regarding progress made so far in the execution of the project, here is the light.
And graciously, Mr. President had approved that the Section 3 will start from Calabar, which is the end of the project, and start running towards Akwa Ibom. So the 700 kilometers is procured under phase 1 in phases, and it's EPC plus F. EPC plus F is engineering, procurement, construction, plus finance. And so under this kind of arrangement, the contractor is expected to bring in certain amount of money, and federal government is expected to pay certain counterpart funding.
The Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway will no doubt bring so close to far ends, with huge opportunities knocking on the doors of millions. In Abuja, Abdullahi Mohammed, NTA News.
Let's talk politics now. The governorship primary election of the All Progressives Congress, APC, in Ondo State is ongoing in all the 203 wards across the 18 local government areas of the state to pick its standard bearer ahead of the November 16th governorship election. The party, which adopted direct mode of primary election, is fielding 16 aspirants, out of which 2 are females. If you're just joining us, you're on to Panorama on the Nigerian Television Authority. Let's take a break here. More reports for you shortly. We're glad to have you back. The Ministry of Education, Science, Technology and Innovation is committed to elevating education quality through close monitoring and comprehensive training initiatives, emphasizing quality assurance by empowering educators with mobilities as well as essential skills and knowledge to cultivate enhanced teaching and learning outcomes. Pauline Kujevana will now tell us more.
In the wake of the devastating Boko Haram insurgency, the Borau State government demonstrated resilience by directing resources towards the education sector.
Sharon vehicle you have seen there for purpose of quality assurance.
The Commissioner of Education, Science, Technology and Innovation, Lawan Abawa Kilby, unveiled the gesture aimed at further revolutionizing the education system, central to which is enhanced school supervision, monitoring and evaluation, achievable through strengthening the zonal offices and transforming them into quality assurance office. In addition, the Ministry of Education has pledged to allocate 1 million naira monthly to the 4 zonal deputy directors through the Director of Quality Assurance to facilitate effective monitoring and evaluation efforts.
We are going to closely monitor schools. We are going to ensure that teachers are doing their job. We are going to make sure that all the principals are up and doing.
Supervision and evaluation of school programs and activities is a key to boosting the standard of education.
This third annual conference in the series is to enhance the effectiveness of the education system and progressive quality of learning and continuous effort to enhance the quality of teaching by building upon previous achievements.
He is re-engineering the education sector in Borau State through making sure that teachers perform their duties, making sure that learners learn as expected, providing the infrastructure, supervising the infrastructure for the students. So he has actually given the Teaching Service Board the right type of leadership that we need to make sure that teachers perform their duties.
The purpose of that GPS coordinates is to capture the location of the school.
The workshop featured resource persons who shared their wealth of experience and new techniques for writing and reporting during school supervision, monitoring and evaluation using the iPads provided. In Maiduguri, Pauline Kujevana, NTA News.
Through strategic training initiatives, the Ministry of Education is equipping educators with the necessary skills and knowledge to navigate the unique educational landscape in Borno. Our guest on the program is the Director, Quality Assurance, Ministry of Education, Science, Technology and Innovation, Isa Aliu. Sir, it's actually great to have you in our studio this afternoon.
Thank you very much. I'm so very grateful.
It's all right.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, now let's begin by knowing the strategies Quality Assurance Office implemented to address the educational challenges exacerbated by the Boko Haram insurgency.
Yeah, thank you very much for this very interesting question. First of all, let me use this opportunity to really thank His Excellency for providing all the support required by the ministry and even the directorate in particular. And then to also extend our appreciation to our amiable commissioner who has been up and doing, who has been so disciplined, who has provided all the encouragements that the ministry needed and the leadership. The Quality Assurance Department or Directorate has identified certain strategies that will bring back education, the old glorious days I mean, the glory that education or the state has achieved in the past to limelight by providing all the necessary information, identifying all the challenges, classifying them into 3: immediate, medium, and long term, and then ensuring that there is a plan on ground, school improvement plan, and then school development plan. And by so doing, every stakeholder, from the teachers, the principals, to the learners, expectations were made very clear. Everybody knows what he or she is going to do and when. So the directorate has also gone ahead to ensure that inspection is done promptly, and then materials that affect teaching and learning are adequately arranged so that everybody in the sector will have satisfaction and the desirable result will be achieved.
All right, that's so good to hear. Now, how does the ministry ensure that personnel are adequately trained to, provide effective supervision and monitoring of schools in post-conflict areas?
In this very particular aspect, we are also very grateful to His Excellency, because training has just been organized for all evaluators, subject evaluators. Every staff of the Quality Assurance Unit in Borno State has been trained. Sufficient materials have been given. Tablets were given for digital reporting.
Right.
Facts will be on ground for one to report, and then issues that relate to teaching and learning will be done without any hesitation. Training continues, because even the teachers will also be trained in the nearest future, because training is very vital. Without training, individuals or people that are supposed to manage issues might not have the capability to do so. So we have been trained. Everybody in the department has been trained, and hopefully we are of the view that by third term, the narrative will change as far as teaching and learning is concerned in Borno State.
We hope and pray so.
Thank you.
Now, what measures are in place to ensure that schools in remote or vulnerable areas of Borno State receive equitable support and resources for their improvement?
Yeah, already the state governor has done a lot in that perspective. Equipment, transportation, schools that are not located in Borno, within the metropolis, have been provided vehicle for transportation, and then communication is very effective. They can reach out to the state headquarters, to our office, at whatever time they feel like there is any challenge. A platform at our own level has been created. Teachers can air out their views, and then we can get to understand their challenges without any delay, to be able to solve issues that might affect teaching and learning.
All right, Director, could you elaborate on partnership or collaboration the ministry has engaged in to enhance the quality of education delivery in the state?
The ministry has already gone into collaboration with governmental and non-governmental organizations. International organizations such as UNICEF and the likes of them have been up and doing, and in fact, desired results have been. The ministry has gotten that result because this collaboration has yielded a lot of dividend in area of, in fact, moral, technical, and logistics supports have been provided, and government is also seeing how they can go into more collaboration and how the ministry can also take advantage of whatever incentive or whatever motivation that can come from this governmental and non-governmental organization. In the area of non-formal education, already organizations like the OTL have collaborated and is still collaborating with the ministry, and in fact, even out-of-school children are now getting their share of what education is all about as far as the ministry is concerned.
Director, I wish we could go on and on to take more questions, but I'm afraid time is not on our side.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Let us at this point appreciate you for being part of Panorama today. That was actually the Director, Quality Assurance, Ministry of Education, Science, Technology and Innovation in Borau State. Let's move on. Borau State Governor Babagana Umar Zulum has busted an illegal water vendor who is said to have constructed specialized dams manipulating the distribution network to trap water pumped for public use to gain commercial benefits. Mohammed Goni completes the story.
Governor Zulum, during surprise visits to communities in Jere and Maiduguri metropolis, discovered that certain water vendors have constructed specialized water dams, blocking and diverting water flow in order to create artificial shortage. The vendors were artificially creating water shortages to inflate prices and maximize their profits while citizens suffer. The governor noted that while government spends millions to provide water to the people, few individuals have constructed specialized dams, most of whom with multiple layers of reservoirs, some with capacity to hold 1 million liters of water. Professor Zulum said every day the Maiduguri water treatment plant processes and distributes about 40 million liters of water, but this does not get to the people as those involved trap the larger amount of these supplies for commercial gains. He, however, vowed to take swift and decisive action against those who exploit the sufferings of the people for their own selfish gains. In Maiduguri, Mohammed Goni, NTA News.
And now to trending news in the world of sports.
We begin with today's feature in the Nigerian Premier Football League, NPFL, Match Day 31, as Abia Warriors, who are ranked 12 on the table, will be at home at the Umuahia Township Stadium against Bayelsa United on 15th position. The defending champions, the Golden Eaglets of Nigeria, have been placed in Group B for the WAFU B Under-17 AFCON qualifiers in Ghana. They will be competing against Burkina Faso, Togo, and Niger Republic. The Golden Eaglets have already started their training camp to prepare for the championship next month. The Minister of Sports Development, John Eno, is determined to ensure that Team Nigeria achieves a podium finish at the 2024 Olympics in Paris. The Olympics will take place in Paris, France, from July 26 to August 11, 2024. Despite a strong performance in the quarterfinals against world number 1, Iga Swiatek, Ima Raducanu has been eliminated from the Stuttgart Open. It was her first WTA quarterfinal appearance in 19 months, and she lost with a score of 7-6, 6-3 against Swiatek. With sports updates, Peter Oibo, NTA News.
That is how it has been on Panorama today from NTA Maiduguri Network Center. From myself, Abubakar Musa, and the whole team is to have an enjoyable weekend.